It was just after three-quarter time, Freo versus Richmond at Optus Stadium, when in the crowd, Dockers supporter Terry Rhodes dropped dead.
The Dockers weren't going all that well, and I was a little bit disappointed in their performance. So I was sitting forward on the front of the seat, and suddenly I felt a little bit strange. So I thought, well, I better sit back in the seat, and I sat back. And that was the last thing I remember.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
Optus Stadium, CPR in progress. They're currently working on the patient in the aisles at the moment.
I was dead. Yeah, I was dead. I knew nothing.
Terence was very lucky that he had a nurse close by who was a first responder who knew absolutely everything. She knew what she was doing, who got help. Very quickly followed by our event health officers, medics and paramedics who responded, as well as the Fremantle Football Club doctor. So it was an absolute amazing response.
Terry knows he was lucky to be revived. Cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in adults in WA. Only 15% of patients survive, and every minute delay in getting a defibrillator onto the chest increases the death rate by 10%.
I'm celebrating having another chance at life and seeing my grandchildren grow up a little bit more.
The close call catapulted Terry into an exclusive club. Everyone here is a cardiac arrest survivor, given a second chance. Terry's kept his original sense of humour.
They don't die for their clubs. I did.
I died at the side of the road for up to 15 minutes.
Police officer Jade Lay was riding home from work when an allergic reaction to chemotherapy he was having to treat bowel cancer stopped his heart beating.
I had a passerby who was good enough to stop and then able to wave down an ambulance that was going past at the time on Guildford Road.
It's quite a tale. Jade woke up in hospital with no memory of the past 20 years.
I woke up thinking it was 1997, so I didn't realise I was in Australia, being from New Zealand originally, and I thought I was 17 again.
What did that mean for your family?
Well, my wife, my kids, I didn't know them at all.
I'd just taken my young grandson to school, which I normally do on a Thursday, and I got back to the car park at school, and the classic chest pain, pain down the side of the arm.
Robert Baines dismissed his symptoms as indigestion and drove home before calling an ambulance.
I got out of the ambulance, apparently I went into cardiac arrest.
Now celebrating life with gratitude, this group's also been gifted a rare chance to meet and thank some of the people who played a role in their survival.
To meet them was just overwhelming, and I had tears in my eyes, and they saved my life. I can't express it any clearer than that.
Terry presented a heartbeat brooch by O call taker Janet Bortier.
I'm fortunate to be here, and the St John's have been fantastic, and I just can't say enough about them.
We've gone from an average of around about 120 survivors a year to last year we had 172.
They're not surviving purely through luck, but a concerted effort to overhaul ambulance operations and community responses to cardiac arrests.
We've been fortunate enough to go to the Resuscitation Academy in Seattle and the CPR University in Phoenix in Arizona, and Seattle has the best cardiac arrest outcomes in the world.
St John's changed its call-taking and how compressions are coached over the phone, helped make more than 4,000 defibrillators available to the community in places like sporting complexes and shopping centres, and improved the rotation of paramedics performing CPR.
And we've implemented that across 5,000 people who work for us throughout this state.
A new report indicates startling results. Whereas 10 years ago only around 30 West Australians survived cardiac arrests, last year the figure was 172, a 53% improvement on the year prior.
Surviving is relatively uncommon, but survival rates are improving in a very pleasing way over time.
Terry, for one, is very happy to be here.
I copped an amazing amount of ribbing in CCU from the nurses that I'm barracking for the wrong team, and this wouldn't have happened if I'd been barracking for the Eagles, of course. But that won't change my view on the Dockers.
And he's about to have another reason to celebrate.
I know there's someone you've been wanting to meet, and today we've got Mel Rourke, the head of the team who helped save you, here to meet you.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's fantastic. Hello, Mel.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, it's lovely to see you doing so well.
Thanks for all the effort.
Oh, you're welcome. You're more than welcome.
A very special moment that didn't leave a dry eye in the stadium.
I had to hold back the tears myself. It brings eternal joy and really gives us that reason behind why we do what we do. We are so proud. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.